A nurse at Scotland Health is
A healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
and of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit.
Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty, cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun Spice Chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time, y'all.
Check 1 2, check 1 2. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Newberry, South Carolina, home of the Newberry Wolves. Dave Nguyen on the call as the Newberry Wolves and the UNC Pembroke Braves come in with records of 3 and 5. So at the end of the day, one team will go home with a record of 4 and 5. The other one will fall to 3 and 6. Both teams have played great football this season, despite what their records show. For example, for the UNC Pembroke Braves, they're looking for their first victory since road victory, I should say, since 2017. Whereas the Newberry Wolves have battled some injuries, and they're going to be battling some injuries today. As starting quarterback Colton Bailey will be undergoing concussion protocol today, and the backup quarterback, dual threat Dre Harris, a 6'1" redshirt sophomore, will be taking the reins for today's game, and that'll be an interesting key for the UNC Pembroke defense, trying to stop a dual threat quarterback like Colton Bailey. Against Carson Newman last week, Bailey saw second half action where he was 11 of 19 with an interception, 109 yards in the air, as well as a touchdown pass. He also had 9 rushes for 52 yards on the ground. So, the Braves defense will have their hands full with a guy like Dre Harris, who has dual threat ability, spitting images of Lamar Jackson of the Baltimore Ravens. As for the UNCP offense, they look to get things going on the ground as Josh Sheridan looks to pick things up where he left off last week against Tusculum, where he had 18 rushes for 43 yards, and looks to capitalize. He had also a touchdown on the ground as well. He also had 4 receptions for 43 yards, and it really all started with quarterback Josh Jones, who had a season-high 277 passing yards against Tusculum last week. He was 24 for 46 with a touchdown, but unfortunately he threw a pick six, one of 3 turnovers that the UNCP Braves committed last week against Tusculum in a heartbreaking 23-20 loss to the Pioneers of Tusculum. The game that went back and forth and where the defense played very, very well. UNCP defense held Tusculum to 2 of 14 on third down conversions. So let's see. So we'll have to find out if the UNCP defense can keep that third down momentum going. As the captains are out on the field, it'll be Josh Sheridan, Dominique Davis, and Josh Jones out for the Braves. The captains for the coin toss here in Newberry, South Carolina, an all-turf all-turf surface here in Newberry College, as we'll be playing on a turf field with red turf in the end zones, as the colors of Newberry are red and silver, and the red uniforms with white letters and numbers, and silver helmets and silver pants with a red stripe down each pant line for the Newberry Wolves. And the Braves will be in their road white uniforms with gold letters and numbers and a black trim. Gold helmets, the same ones that they wore on homecoming against Mars Hill. And we will be awaiting the coin toss. Couple guys to keep in mind for the Newberry Wolves. They have a spectacular defensive line, a defense that has 12 sacks on the year. A key name to keep an eye on will be the defensive end senior, 6'2", 245, Keto Jordan, who has received a lot of NFL attention, just like Dominique Davis. This season, through 8 games, Keto Jordan has 34 tackles, 27 of them solo, 13.5 tackles for loss, 7 sacks, 9 quarterback hits, 2 fumble recoveries, and a forced fumble. And his defensive end opposite side of him, and Ty Kelly, is a force as well. Through 8 games, Ty Kelly has 33 tackles, 22 of them solo, 8.5 tackles for loss, 7.5 sacks, a pass breakup, a couple pass deflections, a quarterback hit, and a forced fumble. So the UNCP offensive line will have their hands full on the tackles. So Reuben Willis and Gage Baldwin will have to keep an eye on and try to protect Josh Jones while he sits back in the pocket. Still awaiting the coin toss here in Newberry, South Carolina. Let's get to today's starting lineups. First for the Braves on offense, a receiver will be as follows: Tyshawn Carter, as well as Quay Threet, who had a great game against Tusculum last week. 12 catches for 118 yards receiving. He was the main threat, or Threet was the main threat for the Braves' air attack last week. It'll be Jalen Nixon and Fahim Diab at the tight ends. Marcus McDonald, another wide receiver. Left tackle, Gage Baldwin. Left guard, Johnny Varga. Center, William Cross. At right guard, Josh King. And at right tackle, Reuben Willis. Josh Jones, the 6'3 sophomore from Wilmington, North Carolina, gets the start today at quarterback. It will be with fullback Sam Vines as well as tailback Josh Sheridan. For the UNCP defense, Ben Jaramillo will get the start at defensive end. Dominique Davis and Taverine at defensive tackle. Adonai Aloma on the opposing defensive end. Newberry has won the toss, and they have elected to defer to the second half. So the Braves will start out with the football. They will be receiving to begin this first half, and we will be underway shortly from Newberry, South Carolina. We'll continue the starting lineups here. Jordan Howard, Trey Sawyer, and Cam Cauldron at the linebackers. Michael Clark, one corner, Devin Jones, the other corner. Michael Clark at safety, as well as Luke Brooks and Sean Hill will be the safeties today. Cornerback Michael Clark and Devin Jones, my apologies. For the Newberry Wolves, Lewis Johnson Jr. at left tackle, Zach Howard at left guard, Tyler Anderson at center, Deshaun Tate at right guard, and the right tackle, Austin Anderson. At tight end will be Austin Gordon, who has 4 touchdown catches on the year. Deshaun Kitchings, Bryson Woodruff, Bobby Irby, and Tyleek Johnson, the receivers for Newberry. Quarterback will be Dre Harris and Chance Walker, who 2 weeks ago was the sack player of the week, where he had 268 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns against Catawba. Out for the kicking unit for Newberry will be an NFL prospect in Shea Rogers. We're doing the kicking and punting duties. Devin Jones and McKinley Nelson back to receive for the Braves. And we will be underway shortly from Newberry, South Carolina. A great day for football, as both teams coming in at a record of 3-5.
You're supposed to go, and you go hard every play, every down, all day long, every practice, every game. The whole season.
We will be ready. Shea Rogers setting the ball up at the 35-yard line on the right hash, as the Braves will be moving from right to left. Kicking from left to right is Shea Rogers. Now the Braves might need to be careful here, as Tusculum in the opening kickoff last weekend had a pooch kick in the middle of the field. But Shea Rogers, an end-over-end kick over to Devin Jones, receives it at his own end zone. To the 10, on the far sideline, to the 15. Down the far sideline to the 20, outside near the 30-yard line, as that is where the Braves will set up 1st and 10. Josh Jones and the UNCP offense out on the field.
Return is out to the 25-yard line.
It will be officially marked out at the 25-yard line, a 25-yard return for Devin Jones, and that's where the Braves offense will set up.
Begin their drive, 1st down and 10.
Jones will line up in the shotgun, as the sophomore from Wilmington, North Carolina, has D'Angelo Blair Young as his lone setback in the backfield. 2 receivers to his right, Marcus McDonald, the lone receiver on the near side to the left. Braves moving from right to left, setting up on their own 25, 1st and 10, with 14:55 remaining in the first quarter. Jones in the shotgun with 2 tight ends in the game. Sam Vines motions from left to right. Jones with a waist-high shotgun snap, hands off to D'Angelo Blair Young, off right tackle, across the 30 to the 35. He is close for a 1st down. He's going to be marked just short. It'll be about a 9-yard gain to bring up 2nd down and 1 for the Braves, with 14:40 remaining in the first quarter. And it looks like the referees will give D'Angelo Blair Young the 1st down, so a 10-yard pickup. First play of the game for the Braves. They line up in an empty set with trips to the left. 2 receivers to the far side. Jones, 3-step drop. Back to pass, screen pass, out to Marcus McDonald on the far side. Excuse me, that's Tyshawn Carter near the 40 for about a 5-yard pickup, 5-yard reception on the play. Brings up 2nd and 5 from the 40. Braves with a 1-to-1 pass-run ratio so far. 3rd play of the drive. Braves offense that likes to run the ball, as well as passing 842 yards on the ground this year, as well as 1,603 yards through the air. Hand off to Sam Vines up the middle for a short gain, breaking a couple of tackles, getting closer to the 45-yard line. It'll be third down and short after the run by Vines. Brings up third down with 13:50 remaining in the first quarter. No score, first drive of the game. It would be a 4-yard run by Sam Vines officially, so 3rd and 1 for the Braves on their own 44. 13:42 remaining in the first quarter, no score. D'Angelo Blair Young back as the lone setback. A bunch formation for the Braves. Jones in the shotgun, and the Wolves stack the box on defense. Hand off to Blair Young, off right tackle, bouncing, and looks like he's going to get the first down, crossing the 45-yard line. It'll be good enough for a Braves first down, and the referees signal to move the chains. So 2 first downs picked up by the Braves already on this drive as they continue to kill the clock. 13:20 and running in the first quarter, no score, with the Braves having the ball on their own 46-yard line, moving from right to left. Change of personnel as the Braves line up in trips to the left on the near side, and Josh Sheridan, the lone setback. Sean Brown, the receiver in the slot on the near side, on the left side. Tyshawn Carter, the receiver on the far side. Hand off to Josh Sheridan up the middle. He gets to midfield for about a 5-yard gain. And the Braves running more than passing so far in this first opening drive. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Braves at midfield.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
After the official spot, it'll be a 4-yard gain for Josh Sheridan. 2nd down and 6 from midfield for the Braves, moving from right to left. No score, 12:38 remaining in the first quarter. Opening drive of the game. Sheridan and Jones line up in the shotgun. Sheridan, the lone setback to Jones on the left side. 3-step drop for Jones. Pocket collapses. Rolling toward the near side. Trying to find a man, and he'll just have to float this one away. An incomplete pass for Josh Jones. Intended for Josh Sheridan, the running back, out in the flat on the near side. It's going to be an incomplete pass and brings up 3rd down and 6 from midfield.
Grounding, number 12 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Also loss of down. 4th down.
So it'll be an intentional grounding call on Josh Sheridan or Josh Jones. A 5-yard loss and a loss of down. So now it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 11 for the Braves back on their own 41-yard line.
Make some noise for this Wolves defense.
So 3rd and 15 after the intentional grounding penalty as Josh Jones was outside the tackle box when he threw the incomplete pass. Trips to the right with Josh Sheridan, the lone setback. Jones in the shotgun, high shotgun snap. 3-step drop, pocket collapses. He's going to air it out downfield. An incomplete pass down the far sideline towards the 20. He was looking for Quay Threet, and it's going to be 4th down for the Braves, and a drive that looked very well. The unfortunate intentional grounding penalty puts the Braves back 10 yards, and now Isaac Parks will be forced to punt. Back to receive the punt will be Brentley Allen, the senior, who has 9 punt returns on the year for 41 yards, averaging just about 4.6 yards per return. Punting will be Isaac Parks. It's a high end-over-end punt. Fair catch inside the 15-yard line. And a great punt by Isaac Parks. And the Wolves will bring out their offense, moving from left to right. 12:06 remaining in the first quarter. No score here in Newberry, South Carolina.
16-yard line. That's where the Wolves will begin their drive. 1st down and 10.
Dre Harris, the dual threat quarterback, will be lining up in the shotgun as Colton Bailey, the original starting quarterback, undergoing concussion protocol after he suffered the concussion last week at Carson Newman. Trips to the left of Harris. Handoff up the middle to the running back, Chase Walker. And Chance Walker will bring it up to the 20-yard line. Drive starting at the 16. It'll be a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Wolves, moving from left to right. And to keep an eye on Chance Walker, the running back, who has 449 yards on the ground this year on 71 carries, averaging almost 6 yards a carry. 2nd down and 6 from the 20 are the Wolves, moving from left to right. Harris in the shotgun with Walker, the lone setback, off his right hip. Handoff up the middle. He'll be bringing it up to the 25-yard line for a short gain. Needs to get to about the 27-yard line for a first down. It's going to bring up 3rd down and short for the Wolves.
Gain of 5, bringing up 3rd down and
a 5-yard run by Walker. They bring up 3rd and 1 from the 25-yard line. Still early in the first quarter, 11:09 and running, no score. Braves defense held Tusculum to only 2 third-down conversions last week. Let's see if they can come up big here. Harris in the shotgun, handoff to Walker up the middle. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. And it looks like the referees will spot it and make it 4th down. No gain on the play by Walker. And we'll see what the Newberry offense does as they're on their own 25-yard line. 10:37 and running here in the first quarter, and the punting unit will be sent out, and the dangerous Devin Jones will be back to receive. Devin Jones on punts this year has 6 punt returns for 103 yards, longest run of 44. Back to punt will be Shea Rogers. As a high end over end punt, Jones will receive it at his own 30-yard line, trying to spin, run on the near side. Gets up to, and the ball is popped out and recovered by the Wolves. Jones had the ball in his grasp, and there's a punch out by a Newberry player, and they recover the ball, the first turnover of the game. Braves had 3 turnovers last week, and now the Wolves recover the fumble that was forced after a Newberry player was punching out the ball from the grasp of Devin Jones. So now the Wolves will take over 1st and 10 in Braves territory, and the first turnover of the game with 10:05 remaining in the first quarter. Harris lines up in the shotgun with a receiver to his right and left. Walker the lone setback, man in motion, 3-step drop, airing it out downfield towards the end zone. That is a touchdown for Newberry. Deshaun Kitchings ran down the seam on the near sideline, broke open the zone coverage by the Braves, and that he had reservations for 6. The Wolves get on the board first, an offense that has scored 34 points in the first quarter this season. And they score the first points of the game. Point after touchdown about to occur.
Shea Rogers on to kick the extra point.
Shea Rogers, the kicker. Travis Morgan, the long snapper. Alan McCurry, the holder. Ball spotted, kick is away, and the kick is through the uprights and good. With 10:58 remaining in the first quarter, the Newberry Wolves capitalize on the turnover, on the fumble by Devin Jones, and they have a 7-0 lead here in the early going. We're going to stop for a quick timeout, but when we come back, it'll be more Braves football on the UNCP Audio Sports Network.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
That will be built in the north end zone. Construction will begin in December.
Welcome back to Newberry, South Carolina, home of the Braves football game today. Dave Nguyen on the call and the audio of UNCP Sports Network. Where the Braves find themselves down by a score of 7-0 with 10:58 remaining in the first quarter. A fumble on a punt return by Devin Jones was recovered by Newberry, and Deshaun Kitchings on a touchdown pass from Dre Harris gave the Wolves right now a 7-0 lead.
You will win 2 free tickets to this important fundraising event for Newberry Athletics.
The first turnover, a drive that was one play, a 32-yard touchdown pass from Harris to Kitchings. It'll be Kitchings' 3rd touchdown of the year.
USC legend Connor Shaw and Clemson.
As we are still in immediate timeout, so the Braves had in their first drive of the game, the opening drive looked promising until the unfortunate penalty, on Josh Jones, as he had an intentional grounding penalty, something we haven't seen a lot in college football this year, especially for the Braves. As Shea Rogers will kick this off, back deep to receive will be Devin Jones as well as McKinley Nelson. 7-0 lead for the Wolves, who have scored 34 points in the first quarter this season. So the Braves defense, they've allowed 74 points in the first quarter this season.
On to kick off for the Wolves. Back to receive the offering for the
Spotting the
Braves.
ball at the 35 on the near hash will be Shea Rogers. Back in his own end zone is Devin Jones. Rogers with a high booming end-over-end kick. Jones will receive this one at his own 3-yard line on the near side. Tries to cut up the middle on the far sideline. Gets a couple blocks from his players bouncing around and ultimately dragged down at the 25-yard line. That is where the Braves will set up shop with 9:50 remaining in the first quarter, down 7-0. So Josh Jones, a little bit of mixing of pass and run on their first drive. More run than pass. They seem to get more momentum until the intentional grounding penalty. So Marcus McDonald will be the lone receiver on the near sideline as the Braves will drive from right to left with D'Angelo Blair-Young, the lone setback. 2 receivers on the far side as well in the shotgun for Jones. Handoff to D'Angelo Blair-Young up the middle for a short gain. Crosses the 25 over near the 30. It'll be a short gain and bring up second down for the Braves. 9:45 remaining in the first quarter. 7-0 Newberry here in Newberry, South Carolina. Officially a 4-yard run by Blair Young. It'll bring up second down and 6 from the 28-yard line. Jones with an empty set lines up in the shotgun, trips to his right and 2 to his left. 3 receivers on the far side, 2 to the near, as the Braves will line up in the middle of the field. 3-step drop for Jones in the shotgun, pressure, and he will be sacked in the backfield.
Josh Jones.
Sack in the backfield for Newberry as Josh Jones goes down. As Stanley Harrison gets the sack, it'll bring up 3rd down and long for the Braves.
Loss of 9, bringing up 3rd down and long.
Pocket looked clean for a moment, and then Stanley Harrison was able to get the right ankle of Josh Jones. So now it'll bring up 3rd down and 15 as the Braves will set up at their own 19-yard line. 8:40 and running in the first quarter. Newberry up 7-0. McKinley Nelson checks in as the lone setback off the right hip of Josh Jones. 2 receivers to the right and left. Jones back to pass. 3-step drop, avoids the rush, avoids a sack, now throws downfield and looking for McKinley Nelson on the near side, and it's incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down, and the Braves go 3 and out. So on the first drive of the game, an intentional grounding penalty halted the Braves' drive, and now a sack halted the second drive of the game for the Braves. Isaac Parks will be back to punt, and Brentley Allen will be back for his second return. Allen averaging 4.6 yards per return, as there is a high booming punt by Isaac Parks, caught by Allen, a fair catch at the 40, and that is where the Newberry Wolves will set up their second drive of the game, moving from left to right. 8:11 remaining in the first quarter, 7-0 Newberry, and now with the football, capitalizing on the turnover by Devin Jones on the punt return earlier in this game, as that is how we have a score of 7-0. A 32-yard touchdown pass from Dre Harris to Deshaun Kitchings. Harris lines up in the shotgun with 2 receivers to his left and right, moving from left to right. He motions Woodruff from right to left, handoff to Walker on the near side across the 50, to the 45, to the 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, and you'll see him later. Touchdown, Newberry. Chance Walker, who averages 6 yards a carry, has his 7th touchdown of the season, and it's 13-0 Newberry with a point after touchdown awaiting. 60-yard run by Walker down the near sideline, and it's 13-0 Newberry over the Braves. Shea Rogers back for the point after touchdown. Travis Morgan, the long snapper, and Alan McCurry as the holder. Ball spotted, kick is away, through the uprights and good.
The kick is good.
So the Braves and the Wolves, with 8 minutes remaining in the first quarter, it's Newberry 14 and the Braves nothing. We'll be back after this short break. You're listening to Braves football on the UNCP Sports Network.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
Newberry Athletics would like to thank.
Welcome back to Newberry, South Carolina, home of the Wolves, where they have a 14-0 lead over the Braves of UNC Pembroke. Dave Nguyen on the call, as Shea Rogers will be back to kick this one off for the Wolves, who has a 14-0 lead, a 60-yard touchdown run by Chance Walker. Extends this lead to 14-0 Wolves over the Braves. McKinley Nelson and Devin Jones back to return this one for the Braves. As here's a pooching squib kick, and will be returned at the 40 and bouncing out and tackled at the 45-yard line. Will be Jack Uren. So the Braves will set up at their own 45, the best field position they've had on the day so far. With 7:56 remaining in the first quarter, the Braves of UNC Pembroke find themselves down 14-0. Josh Jones will line up in the shotgun and the pistol gun formation. Two receivers to the near side. Braves driving from right to left. D'Angelo Blair-Young with a handoff up the middle. It will be gaining close to the opposing 45-yard line of Newberry. A good gain on the play. It'll bring up second down and short. So from the 46 to the 44, it'll be a gain of 7 on the play. A gain of 8 to bring up second down and 2. For the Braves, Young remains the lone setback in the pistol gun formation. Sam Vines motions from left to right. Jones in the shotgun hands the ball off to Young up the middle once more. He's got a first down and more. Across the 40 to the 35-yard line. A good pickup for D'Angelo Blair-Young. That'll move the sticks for the Braves here in the third drive of the game. 7:14 remaining in the first quarter. Braves down 14-0.
44-yard line of Newberry. First down, UNC Pembroke.
Couple substitutions made as Sam Vines will take a breather, and Quay Threet lines up in the slot on the near side. Two receivers to the left of Jones as he lines up under center. Hand off to Blair-Young, off right tackle for a short gain from gaining near the 30. It'll bring up second down and short for the Braves. Driving on the Newberry 34, getting towards the 30. Bring up second down with 6:40 remaining in the first quarter. 14-0 Newberry in Newberry, South Carolina. A 4-yard pickup by D'Angelo Blair-Young. It'll bring up second down and 6 for the Braves on the Newberry 30. Driving from right to left. Jones remains under center with Sheridan the lone setback. Gets the handoff up the middle, and Josh Sheridan is met at the line of scrimmage, spins around and barrels his way for a couple of yards forward. It'll bring up third down and short as Sheridan tackled inside the 25-yard line.
Devontae Gambrell on that tackle. That'll bring up
Deontay Gambrell on the tackle, and it'll bring up third down and 3 for the Braves. Key third down as they want to keep this drive alive. Down 14-0 in the first quarter with 5:55 remaining. Jones will now line up in the shotgun with Blair-Young, the lone setback. Three-step drop. Jones airs it out for Marcus McDonald. He catches it, and now it's ruled incomplete, but there is a flag on the play. It was in the arms of Marcus McDonald on the near sideline towards the end zone, but let's see what the call is on the field. From our point of view, it looked like McDonald had 1 foot down in bounds for a completed catch, but we'll wait for the call.
Offside, number 55 on the defense.
It'll be a offsides on Newberry, an automatic first down as it's a 5-yard penalty, and that'll help the Braves move the chains and keep this drive alive. 5:40 remaining in the first quarter. Braves down 14-0, but they're driving at the Newberry 27, moving from right to left. Couple substitutions made for the Braves at receiver, as Josh Jones will line up in the shotgun with trips to his left. Blair Young remains the lone setback. Sean Brown, the lone receiver on the far side. Blair Young gets the handoff up the middle as his jersey was pulled and tangled. He gets a short gain on the play, getting towards the 20-yard line. From the 22, it'll be a gain of 2 on the play with 5:30 remaining here in the first quarter. Second down and 8 for the Braves, moving from right to left as Jones will await some personnel. Quate Threet will step out of bounds and get a quick rest. 5:14 and running in the first quarter. Braves down 14-0 to the Wolves of Newberry. Jones lines up in the shotgun with the receiver to his right and left. Kicks a man in motion. It's an end around on the near sideline to the 20. And getting out and tackled by, or near the 18-yard line, is Eric Price.
Jones' pass is complete to Eric Price.
A little end around on the play to bring up 3rd and long for the Braves. As the ball is lined up on the 19-yard line, it'll bring up 3rd and 7 for the Braves, moving from right to left. In the red zone are the Braves, where they are 25 for 26 on the season. Jones lines up in the shotgun with Blair Young, the lone setback. Jones will call an audible at the line. 2 receivers to his left with Threet in the slot on the near side. Threet. Now Blair Young up the middle, breaks a couple tackles, close to a first down. As he's inside the 10-yard line, referees say move the sticks. It'll be a first down run for D'Angelo Blair Young on 3rd and 7 from the 19. Gets down inside the 10. Threet was moving in motion from right to left, and it appeared at one point that Threet was going to get the handoff from Josh Jones. Instead, Blair Young on the play action goes up the middle. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Braves at the 11 of Newberry. 3:49 remaining in the first quarter. Blair Young gets the handoff up the middle, spins, dodges a couple tackles, and he's inside the 10. Trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be ruled officially no gain on the play, so it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Braves on their own 11. Or excuse me, on the Newberry 11. 3:25 and running in the first quarter. Braves down 14-0, but with a productive drive on their 3rd offensive drive on the game so far. Trips to the right of Jones with Blair Young, the lone setback, off his right hit. Jones with a high shotgun snap, gives the ball to Blair Young, makes a couple people miss, and goes up the middle for a short gain on the play. Bouncing around inside the 6-yard line is D'Angelo Blair Young. It'll bring up 3rd and short for the Braves with an opportunity to get a first down. Officially marked at the 6-yard line. So 3rd and 5 for the Braves on the Newberry 6. 2:40 and running here in the first quarter. Braves down 14-0. They need 6 yards to get to the end zone, 5 yards for a first down. Jones in the shotgun on 3rd and 5, kicks a man in motion, hands the ball off to Blair Young up the middle, and he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. A good defensive stop for the Newberry Wolves, and it'll bring up 4th down. 2:14 and running. And coming out on the field is the Braves field goal unit. Hunter Braswell, who is 5 for 5 on the year. As the ball is lined up on the 6-yard line, it'll be a 22-yard field goal. Isaac Parks, the holder. Ball spotted, kick is away, and the kick is through the uprights and good. Braves on the board here in the first quarter. 14-3 the score after the 22-yard field goal by Hunter Braswell. We'll take a short timeout, and then we'll come back to some more football here in Newberry, South Carolina. You're listening to Braves football on the UNCP Sports Network.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
Welcome back to Newberry, South Carolina. With 1:43 remaining in the first quarter, it's the hometown Newberry Wolves 14 and the UNC Pembroke Braves 3. After the Braves were able to get points here on their third offensive drive of the game. Dave Nguyen on the call as Hunter Braswell will line the ball up at his own 35 for the kickoff. Back deep to return for the Newberry Wolves will be Deshaun Kitchings as well as Chance Walker.
Deshaun St. Hill and Chance Walker.
Here's a high end over end kick by Braswell. Receives on the far sideline at the 10 by Walker. Misses a tackle at the 25. Getting towards the 30-yard line is Chance Walker, and that is where the Newberry Wolves were set up shop. 1st and 10 with 1:35 remaining in the first quarter.
Devin Higgins on the tackle.
The Wolves scored their points. One off of a turnover on a punt return that was fumbled by Devin Jones, and a 32-yard touchdown pass from Dre Harris to Deshaun Kitchings earlier in the first quarter. And then on their second possession, a 60-yard run by Chance Walker. Lining up in the shotgun is Harris from his own 27 with trips to the near side on the right. Walker the lone setback off of Harris's right hip. 1st and 10. Walker handoff up the middle for a short gain and immediately wrestled down by Dominique Davis. It'll be a short gain on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down with 1:25 remaining in the first quarter.
No gain, 2nd down and 10.
Officially ruled no gain, so a good job by Dominique Davis to get pressure up the middle and penetrate the offensive line of Newberry. 2nd down and 10 with Harris lining up in the shotgun from his own 27, moving from left to right. Kicks his man Woodruff in motion from right to left. Handoff to Walker up the middle. Breaks a couple tackles. 1st down and more. Midfield and wrestled near the 45-yard line is Chance Walker. Man who averages 6 yards a carry. Bursted through the Braves defensive line, through the secondary, and is ultimately wrestled down at the 47-yard line of the Braves. Big chunk play with 50 seconds of running in the first quarter.
26 yards on the carry.
Officially a 26-yard run as there is 40 seconds of running in the first quarter with Chance Walker and the offense for Newberry. Harris, the quarterback, lines up in the shotgun with a receiver to his right and left. Kicks a man in motion from right to left. Harris rolls out to the right. It's a designed run. Passing the 45 near the 40 is Dre Harris, and ultimately wrestled out of bounds at the 42-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down with 22 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Harris, a dual threat quarterback. Last week against Carson Newman in second half action after Colton Bailey threw a few interceptions. He was 11 of 19 through the air with 109 yards. He had 9 rushes for 52 yards and a touchdown on the ground. On 2nd down and 4 from the 42 of the Braves, Harris will have a swing pass out on the far side to Tyleek Johnson. And he goes out of bounds on the near side, on the far sideline towards the 35. It'll be a 1st down yardage for Newberry as they continue to move the chains, and we have approached the end of the first quarter. So a 1st down reception by Tyleek Johnson on the swing pass out from Dre Harris. We'll step aside and we'll come back with second quarter action here in Newberry, South Carolina. It is your score. The Newberry Wolves 14 and the Braves of UNC Pembroke 3. Back after this. You're listening to Braves football on the UNCP Sports Network.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouthwatering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health Nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
Welcome back to Newberry, South Carolina. Dave Nguyen on the call as the Wolves are continuing the drive that started back towards the end of the first quarter. 14-3 the score in favor of the hometown Wolves as they continue a drive from the Braves' 34-yard line, moving from right to left. Dre Harris, the backup quarterback, getting the start today as the starting quarterback, Colton Bailey, is in concussion protocol. Chance Walker, the lone setback off the right hip of Harris as Kitchings moves in motion from left to right. It's a handoff on a counter to Walker, and he's going to be tackled in the backfield, tackled by a host of Braves. Leading in on the stop is number 23, Jordan Howard. Howard with a tackle for a loss, a 1-yard loss on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 11 for Newberry on the Braves' 35-yard line.
A loss of 1, statistically 2nd and 11.
This is a Braves defense that has allowed 6 yards of carry on the ground for the running backs that they've faced throughout the year. 237 yards on the ground they've allowed this season. Play action on 2nd down. Harris arrowed out towards the end zone, and an incomplete pass on a seam route to Bobby Irby down on the near sideline. A seam route towards the post, and it is incomplete. Irby did a good job of beating his one-on-one coverage with Devin Jones, and fortunately for the Braves, Irby cannot come up with a catch in the end zone. It's 3rd down and 11 for the Wolves on the Braves' 35-yard line. 14-13 remaining in the second quarter. 14-3 the score in favor of the hometown Wolves. Lining up in the shotgun is Dre Harris with trips to his right and 2 receivers to his left, an empty set. Now Walker in motion from left to right. 3-step drop for Harris, rolling over to the right. Swing pass incomplete. Up the middle and towards the 30-yard line, down to the 20, and wrestled out on the near side near the 20-yard line is Bobby Irby. A 1st down run and more. Catch and run for Bobby Irby, and it'll bring up a 1st down for the Wolves as they continue this drive. 14 minutes and running remaining in the first half. 14-3 the score in favor of the Wolves. Harris will line up in the shotgun with 2 receivers stacked on the right and left. Lining up on the left hash are the Wolves in the shotgun. Harris will await the snap, claps his hands, gets the shotgun snap, hands off to Walker up the middle, but Walker is tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. Maybe for a loss of 1, it'll bring up 2nd down, and now 11 for the Wolves. Lining up on the Braves' 22-yard line, it'll be 2nd and 11 with 13:20 remaining in the first half. 14-3 the score in favor of Newberry. The Braves trying to generate pressure from their defensive front. And the shotgun once more is Dre Harris. And he has Logan Bailey as the running back. Play action, and pass that is incomplete, intended for Tyleek Johnson from the 22. It'll be now 3rd down 11 for the Wolves as they go in on play action. Remaining in the game at running back is the athlete Logan Bailey. Now Bailey will trot off as there's an empty set for Newberry. 3rd and 11 from the Braves' 22-yard line as the Wolves are moving from right to left. 12:55 remains in the first half with the hometown Wolves up 14-3. Harris in the shotgun. Kicks a man in motion from left to right. Fake handoff. Rolling around and towards the far sideline is Harris, and he'll be wrestled out of bounds near the 20-yard line. It will not be a 1st down as it will be bring up 4th down and long for the Wolves. And the field goal unit will come on, so a good defensive stop so far by the Braves defense. Lining up for the field goal is Shea Rogers, who is 7 of 13 on the year. But from inside the 20, he's 2 for 2. Inside the 30, he's 3 for 5. As the ball is lined up on the 19-yard line on the right hash on the far side. Ball spotted, kick is away, and the field goal is no good.
And the kick is no good.
The 7th miss on the year by Shea Rogers and the Braves with a defensive stop, and the Wolves come up with no points. Let's see if the Braves can capitalize as they will start this drive 1st and 10 from their own 19-yard line. 14-3 the score in favor of Newberry, but the Braves will have the ball on the far side on the left hash. Driving from left to right as Josh Jones will line up in the shotgun with 12:22 remaining in the first half. Blair Young, the lone setback. 2 receivers on the near side to the right. Jones, 3-step drop in the shotgun, looks downfield, now will roll to the far sideline, and we will be tackled behind the line of scrimmage. The second sack.
Josh Jones sacked in the backfield by Gerard Felton.
Second sack by the Newberry defense, and it'll bring up 2nd down and long for the Braves. Officially a 3-yard loss, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 13 for the Braves as they line up on their own 16-yard line on the left hash. Trips to the right of Jones. Blair Young remains the lone setback, with McDonald, the lone receiver, on the far side. 3-step drop. Jones avoids the pressure down on the far sideline. He decides to run, goes past the original line of scrimmage and more. Gets near the 30-yard line as he started from his own 16. And it looks like it'll bring up 3rd down and short for the Braves with 11:27 remaining in the first half.
Gain is to the 26-yard line, bringing up 3rd down and 4.
3rd down and 3 for the Braves on their own 26. 11:17 are running in the first half. 14-3 Newberry the score. Jones with Blair Young, the lone setback, off his right hip. Threet in motion from right to left. Jones claps his hands, gets the high shotgun snap, avoids the pressure, rolling out near the far sideline. We're now running back towards midfield, still behind the line of scrimmage. Now we'll air it out downfield and midfield, and it's an incomplete pass intended for Sean Brown as the defensive line pressure was there by Newberry, and the Braves will be forced to punt. This is a defensive line by Newberry, led by their defensive ends in Ty Kelly and Keto Jordan, who have combined for 14.5 sacks on the year. They brought the pressure there, and now Isaac Parks will be on the field to punt for the Braves. Back deep to receive for the Wolves will be Brentley Allen, who averages 4.5 yards per punt return this season. A high punt by Isaac Parks, a wobbler, and will be caught, and a fair catch caught by Allen at the 24-yard line, as that is where the Wolves will set up shop with 10:43 remaining here in the first half. 14-3 Newberry over UNC Pembroke, as Dre Harris will set up the drive from right to left. It'll be a short stoppage on the field, so we'll step aside as well. You're listening to Braves Football on the UNCP Sports Network.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit.
Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me,
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun Spice Chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time, y'all.
Welcome back to Newberry, South Carolina, home of the Wolves. Dave Nguyen on the call, and the Braves of UNC Pembroke find themselves down 14-3 with 10:43 remaining in the first half. Newberry will set up this offensive drive, going from right to left on their own 26-yard line. Dre Harris has looked comfortable in the pocket, and large in part to his defense by Newberry, as they've had a lot of penetration in the UNCP backfield.
First down for the Wolves.
Harris, who already has a touchdown pass in this game, a 32-yard touchdown pass to Deshaun Kitchings earlier in the first quarter, lines up in the shotgun with a bunch formation on the near side. Kitchings moves in motion from right to left. Kitchings gets the handoff from Harris in the backfield, and he'll be wrestled down inside the 30 for a short gain. It'll bring up second down for Newberry.
Luke Brooks on the tackle, gain of 4, second down and 6.
A 4-yard run on the end around by Deshaun Kitchings, second down and 6 from the Newberry 28-yard line. 10:15 remaining in the first half. Walker, the lone setback off the right hip of Dre Harris. Play action. Near side, downfield, and it is caught at midfield for a first down by Deshaun Kitchings. Dre Harris moves the chains as Hitchings beats one-on-one coverage on the near side, and will bring up 1st and 10 for Newberry as they cross midfield. Officially marked at the 47-yard line of the Braves. Harris lines up in the shotgun with 2 receivers to his right. Kicks his man Woodruff in motion from left to right. Walker, carry off left tackle, across the 45 to the 40, and tackled by a host of Braves at the 40-yard line for a 6-yard gain. Officially marked down as a 7-yard gain on the play. So with 9:25 remaining in the first quarter, Newberry already with a 14-3 lead, looking to add more points on this drive. Second down and 3 from the 40-yard line. As Walker already in this game has 100 yards rushing on 9 carries. Harris lines up in the shotgun. In the pistol formation, moves a man in motion from right to left. Double reverse as Kitchings runs up the middle on the far side. Now down the sideline, up the middle, 10-5, another touchdown for Newberry. Second touchdown of the day for Deshaun Kitchings as he takes the second handoff on the double reverse down the far sideline, cuts up midfield, and it's another touchdown for Newberry. 8:47 remaining, the second touchdown of the day by Deshaun Kitchings.
39 yards on that scamper.
And kicking will be Ray Cotton. Ball spotted, kick is away through the uprights and good. With 8:47 remaining in the first half. It is the hometown Wolves of Newberry 21 and the UNC Pembroke Braves 3. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Braves football on the UNCP Sports Network.
Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit.
Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun Spice Chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time, y'all.
Fans, you are encouraged to remain in your seats during halftime today.
Welcome back to Newberry, South Carolina, home of the Wolves. And they currently lead this game over the Braves of UNC Pembroke by a score a 14-3. Dave Nguyen on the call, as on the double reverse, Deshaun Kitchings with a touchdown drive that lasted 4 plays, 76 yards. Officially a 39-yard touchdown run by Deshaun Kitchings, so he has 1 touchdown through the air and another one on the ground. Dre Harris looking comfortable so far in this game. 3 for 5 for 71 yards and a touchdown. Touchdown pass of 32 yards to Deshaun Kitchings back in the first quarter. Chance Walker, 9 carries, 101 yards and a touchdown run, a 60-yard touchdown run. With a score of 21-3 Newberry, with 8:47 remaining in the first half, the Braves look to try to score a touchdown on this drive to make the score even closer. Back deep to return will be Devin Jones as well as McKinley Nelson for the Braves. Lining up for the kick will be Shea Rogers, spotting the ball on the right hash at his own 35. The ground attack has been the story so far for Newberry. As a team, they've had 14 carries for 160 yards and 2 touchdowns. Let's see what the Braves can do in this offensive drive, as there's a high end-over-end kick received by Jones as his own 10. Cuts up midfield to the 15. Down the far sideline to the 20, to the 25. Cutting up midfield to the 30, to the 35, 40. Midfield, down the near sideline, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Devin Jones. His second kick return touchdown of the year. And it is now a 21-9 game as Devin Jones, the dangerous Devin Jones, has reservations for 6. Another kick return touchdown on the year. And the Braves with their first touchdown of the game. Another defensive touchdown, the 3rd straight game with a special teams touchdown. And awaiting the point after touchdown will be Hunter Braswell, the kicker. Isaac Parks, the holder, the snapper. Rayshawn Griffin.
Hunter Braswell on to tip the extra point.
Ball spotted, kick is away, and the kick is through the uprights and good. With 8:29 remaining in the first half, a 95 kickoff return touchdown for Devin Jones. His second kick return touchdown of the season, and it's a beauty. We'll step aside after this. You're listening to Braves Football on the UNCP Sports Network.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouthwatering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
Welcome back to Newberry, South Carolina, where the UNC Pembroke Braves make the score 21-10 after the 95-yard kick return touchdown by Devin Jones, his 3rd of the season. He now has one of 87 yards, 100 yards, and 95 yards on the season. As Devin Jones averaging about 23.86 yards per kick return. And he makes this an 11-point game with 8:29 remaining in the first half. If there's a spark you needed for the Braves, that was it. And hopefully the momentum can carry over for the Braves defense. As Hunter Braswell will line up for this kickoff at his own 35 on the right hash. Kicking from left to right is Braswell. Back to receive for the Wolves is Chance Walker. Is a high kick towards the 10-yard line on the near side, returned by Walker to the 15, to the 20, avoids a couple tackles to the 25, 30, 35, 40, down the near sideline, 50, 40, 30, 25, touchdown, Chance Walker. his first kick return touchdown of the season. So just when the Braves had a kick return touchdown of their own, the Wolves respond right back. A 92-yard kick return touchdown by Chance Walker gives the Newberry Wolves a 27-10 lead, awaiting the point after. Lining up for the point after touchdown for Newberry is Ray Cotton, the kicker.
Ray Cotton on to take the extra point.
Snapper Travis Morgan, the holder Olin McCurry. Ball spotted, kick is away, and the kick is good. So with 8:16 remaining in the first half, it is the hometown Wolves of Newberry 28 and the Braves of UNC Pembroke 10. Back-to-back kick return touchdowns, one by each team respectively. That's something you don't see in college football every day. We'll step aside after this timeout. You're listening to Braves Football on the UNCP Sports Network.
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit.
Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun spice chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time, y'all.
Don't just throw a tailgate. Own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
Welcome back to Newberry, South Carolina, home of the Wolves, where they take a 28-10 lead over the Braves of UNC Pembroke. Dave Nguyen on the call, and as Devin Jones in the previous drive had a 95-yard kick return touchdown for the Braves to cut the Newberry lead to 11, Chance Walker with his first kick return touchdown of the year, 92 yards down the near sideline, and it is now an 18-point lead for Newberry with 8:16 remaining in the first half. Shea Rogers lines up for the kick. Devin Jones back to receive once more with McKinley Nelson in front of him. A squib kick returned at the 30-yard line by Sam Vines, the fullback, and he'll be running for about a 5-yard return, tackled by a host of Wolves at the 35-yard line. That's where the Braves will set up shop. 1st and 10 with 8:07 remaining in the first half. Josh Jones, sophomore quarterback, will set up the offense with Josh Sheridan, the redshirt senior, as the lone setback. 2 receivers to the left on the far side for Josh Jones, and 1 on the near on the right. Marcus McDonald in one-on-one coverage. Jones will clap his hands twice. Hands the ball off to Sheridan up the middle for a short gain inside the 40. It'll bring up 2nd down as Sheridan will be tackled for a 2-yard gain. Moves the ball to the 37-yard line, 7:49 and running in the first half. Braves down 28-10. 2nd down and 8 for the Braves on their own 37. Moving from left to right as McDonald will line up as the lone receiver on the near side on the right of Josh Jones. Vines, the fullback, in motion from right to left as the Braves line up in the pistol gun formation. Sheridan, the lone setback, gets the handoff off left tackle, crossing the 45, trying to get near the 30, but he'll be wrestled down at the 40, the 37-yard line, excuse me. There'll be no gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Braves with 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Football lined up on the left hash on the far side. Jones lines up in the shotgun with 2 receivers to his right and left. Sheridan remains the lone setback. Showing blitz is Newberry. Airing it out is Josh Jones, and it's an incomplete pass, but there's a flag on the play. Looks like Josh Jones may have drawn the Newberry defense off sides. And if so, it would bring up third and short. That is the call. Newberry offsides on the play, as Stanley Harrison jumped.
5-yard penalty moves the ball to the 42-yard line.
So the ball will move from the 37 to the 42-yard line of the Braves, and it's 3rd and 3. Lining up in the shotgun is Jones with an empty set. Now Sheridan in motion from left to right. Sam Vines, the fullback, in motion as well in the pistol gun formation. Jones hands the ball off to Sheridan, off left tackle, bounces around, and it will be tackled close to the 45-yard line, very close to a first down.
The ball carrier.
Let's see where the officials spot him. It looks like it'll be good enough for a first down for the Braves. A first down run by Josh Sheridan will move the chains with 6:30 remaining in the first half. 28-10 the score in favor of the hometown Wolves, but the Braves are driving here in the first half. Jones lines up in the shotgun with McKinley Nelson now the lone setback. 2 receivers to his right and 1 on the far side. Jones under center, hands the ball off to Nelson, off left tackle, bounces off a couple defenders, and gets tackled at midfield.
Nelson, the ball carrier.
It'll be second down for the Braves on the carry by McKinley Nelson. Goes from the 45 to the 49, so a second down and 6 after the 4-yard run by Nelson. Change of personnel for the Braves at receiver and running back, as Rayshawn Griffin lines up at the fullback position. Trey Dixon, the lone receiver, on the near side. 2 running backs in the backfield for the Braves. There's a handoff up the middle, and that'll be Rayshawn Griffin breaking a couple tackles, getting tackled at the opposing 45, and that'll be good enough to move the chains as the Braves are approaching Wolves territory. 1st and 10 for the Braves with 5:20 remaining in the first half. They line up on the 45 of Newberry. So a couple first downs on this drive has kept it alive for the Braves here as they find themselves down 28-10 with 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Sam Vines, the fullback, as the lone setback to the left hip of Josh Jones. Trips in a bunch formation on the near side. Vines, fake handoff. It's a quarterback run by Josh Jones towards the 40 on the far sideline for a short run on the play. It'll bring up about second down and 6 for the Braves. 4:40 and running in the first half. Braves down 18. Ball lined up on the left hash on the far side. And officially a 5-yard run by Josh Jones on the quarterback keeper. Second down and 5 from the 40 of Newberry. Braves driving from left to right with another bunch formation on the near side. Jones in the shotgun, back to pass, avoids the rush, now decides to run down the far sideline and runs out of bounds near the 35, close to a first down for the Braves. It looks like it'll be lined up just short of the marker, and it'll bring up 3rd and short for the Braves. Ball waiting to be officially spotted. Looks like it'll be at the 36-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Braves. Big 3rd down here as the Braves want to keep this drive alive. 4 minutes remaining in the first half with the Braves down 18 to Newberry. 3rd down and 1. Jones in the shotgun in the pistol gun formation. Hands the ball off to Blair Young up the middle. He's going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. Braves trying to run a hurry-up offense here, and the defensive line by Newberry pays off with penetration past the offensive line of the Braves. And now there's an injury timeout on the field. It'll bring up 4th down and about 4 for the Braves, but we'll await the timeout. We'll come back after this short break. You're listening to Braves football on the UNCP Sports Network.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouthwatering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all! Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if...
So after the injury timeout, we bring you back to Newberry, South Carolina. 4th down and 3, and the Braves elect to go for it. Jones will line up under center with trips to the left. Now 2 receivers go in motion from left to right. Jones, fake handoff, play action, rolling near side, finds Josh Sheridan at the 30 for a 1st down and more. A host of Wolves will tackle Sheridan and the whistle blows, but a good play call by the Braves offensive coordinator Johnny Cox.
Gators to the 30-yard line. 1st down.
1st down and 10 for the Braves with 3:27 remaining in the first half, down by a score of 28-10. Good play call by the Braves offense, and it works out. In the shotgun is Josh Jones. Finds the fullback in motion from left to right. Sheridan, the lone setback, gets the handoff up the middle, and moving forward, wrestled down inside the 25-yard line. It'll be a carry of about 4. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Braves.
Ty Kelly in on the tackle for the Wolves.
Ty Kelly on the stop for Newberry.
3, 2nd and 7.
Officially a 3-yard gain in the play, so 2nd down and 7 for the Braves. On the 27-yard line of Newberry, moving from left to right. 2:35 and running in the first half. Jones in the shotgun with Sheridan, the lone setback. 2 receivers to his left and right. Sheridan gets the handoff up the middle, breaks a couple tackles, inside the 20, 10, 5, inside the 5-yard line. A big run by Josh Sheridan sets up 1st and goal for the Braves. Braves in a hurry-up offense. A 24-yard run by Josh Sheridan brings up 1st and goal at the 3 of Newberry for the Braves. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Jones in the shotgun. Sheridan the lone setback off his right hip. Threet in motion from left to right. Sheridan up the middle on the handoff, and he will be stopped at the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 2nd down and goal. Marcus Chestnut on the stop for Newberry, and there's a timeout on the field. Timeout for UNC Pembroke, their 1st of the half. So a drive that has been well so far for the Braves. Drive that started inside their own 20. 1:46 remains in this first half, 28-10 the score. But if the Braves are able to punch it in here, they can make it an 11-point game heading into halftime. Key play that has kept this drive alive for the Braves. When they went for it on 4th down and 3 on the Newberry 35-yard line, a play-action pass, swing pass out from Josh Sheridan, or Josh Jones to Josh Sheridan on the near sideline, a 5-yard pickup on 3rd and 3, and then a 24-yard run by Josh Sheridan allowed the Braves to set up 1st and goal at the 3. Sheridan was stopped at the line of scrimmage on 1st and goal, so it's going to be 2nd and goal for the Braves on the Newberry 3-yard line. 1:46 remains in the first half, 28-10 the score in favor of the hometown Wolves. Jones lines up in the shotgun with 2 receivers to his right. Sheridan the lone setback, Threet in motion, fake handoff, play action. Jones rolls out to the flat, and he finds Josh Sheridan in the end zone for a Braves touchdown. Josh Sheridan, his first receiving touchdown of the season. And awaiting a point after touchdown, it is 28-16 Wolves. Hunter Braswell lines up for the extra point. Isaac Parks, the holder. Rayshawn Griffin, the snapper. Ball spotted, kick is away, and it's through the uprights and good. The 4-yard touchdown pass from Josh Jones to Josh Sheridan cuts this score to an 11-point deficit, 28-17 Newberry, with the Braves cutting the score to 11. We'll be back after this quick break. You're listening to Braves football on the UNCP Sports Network.
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit.
Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty, cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun Spice Chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time, y'all.
Welcome back to Newberry, South Carolina, where we have a score of 28-17 in favor of the Wolves, but the Braves find the end zone on offense for the first time in this game. A 4-yard touchdown pass from Josh Jones to Josh Sheridan. A squib kick by Hunter Braswell, returned by Logan Bailey at the 40 for a short return. And with 1:32 remaining in the first half, Dre Harris will come back out on the field in the Newberry offense. A scoring drive of 13 plays, 65 yards that amassed 6 minutes and 27 seconds of clock, as the Braves offense has cut the lead of Newberry by 11. Harris lines up in the shotgun from his own 43-yard line, moving from right to left. Trips to the left with Walker the lone setback. Harris claps his hands, medium shotgun snap, and the handoff off to Walker, off right tackle, gets towards midfield. And there's apparently a fumble on the play, and it is recovered. Waiting for the official signal. Recovered by the Braves. The second turnover of the game, the first one forced by UNCP. And now they try to take advantage with 1:22 remaining in the first half. Their first turnover was forced by Newberry as Devin Jones fumbled a punt return, recovered by Newberry, and then a 32-yard touchdown pass from Harris to Kitchings. This time, Walker gets the ball punched out of his grasp and recovered by the Braves. 1st and 10 for the Braves at midfield with 1:22 remaining in the first half. Jones, fake handoff, play action, and he finds a man down the seam on the far sideline. It is complete at the 30-yard line. First down, Braves, on the catch made by Tyshawn Carter. About 72 seconds remain in the first half. Braves driving from the Newberry 31-yard line from left to right. Hurry up offense for the Braves. Jones, 3-step drop. Airs it down on the near sideline. That's complete to Fahim Diab inside the 10. Clock stopped temporarily to move the chains, and there's 54 seconds remaining in the first half. Timeout called by Shane Richardson and the UNCP offense. Josh Jones on play action finds his 6'5" tight end down on the near sideline. He sets up 1st and 10 at the 11. So not only can the Braves get a first down on this play, but they're going to try to punch this one in the end zone. A game of momentum shifts, as turnovers have been the big story on this game today. First turnover was on a punt return by Devin Jones back in the first quarter, recovered by Newberry, and then on the ensuing offensive play, Deshaun Kitchings had a 32-yard touchdown pass from Dre Harris. This time, with 1:22 remaining in the first half, Chance Walker gets the handoff on the far side and gets the ball punched out of his grasp, recovered by the Braves in midfield. 2 passes completed, and now the Braves are in business. 1st and 10 at the Newberry 11 with 54 seconds remaining. As we wait for the Braves offense to get out on the field, Josh Jones is 6 of 9 today with 58 yards and a touchdown pass. D'Angelo Blair Young leads the rushers for the Braves, 13 carries for 57 yards. Braves totaling 116 yards on the ground so far in the first half. Jones lines up in the shotgun with 54 seconds remaining in the first half. From the Newberry 11, rolls out to the far sideline. Catch made by Quay Threet. Down on the far sideline, inside the 5-yard line, gets out of bounds with 48 seconds remaining. So it goes from the 11 to about the 5 for a 6-yard reception. It'll bring up officially 2nd down and 2 as the ball is spotted at the 3-yard line. 8-yard reception by Quay Threet. Ball out of bounds. Clock stops at 48 seconds. 2nd down and 2 for the Braves at the 3. Jones lines up in the shotgun in the pistol gun formation with Blair Young, the lone setback. Back to pass, avoiding the pressure, and pass for the end zone. That's incomplete. Jones was looking for Tyshawn Carter on the far sideline in the end zone. He had to throw that one quickly as the defensive pressure was there on the defensive ends by Newberry. Keto Jordan and Ty Kelly collapsed the pocket rather quickly, and will bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 2 from the 3.
Holding, number 39 on the defense against an eligible receiver. Half the distance of the goal.
So a late flag on the play. Defensive holding will move the Braves forward. 1st and goal this time from about the 2-yard line. 42 seconds remain in the first half. Braves looking to score, down 28-17. Josh Jones from the 2-yard line lines up in the shotgun. Blair Young, the lone setback, 2 receivers to the left. Snap, and it is a fumble on the play. Blair Young got the handoff.
Ruled an incomplete pass.
And it's now going to be ruled an incomplete pass.
Ruling in the field, it was a forward pass, incomplete.
The ruling on the field was a forward pass to D'Angelo Blair Young. The ball bounced on the ground, and it was ruled incomplete. So a lucky break for the Braves here. So 38 seconds remaining in the first half. Braves driving at the 2-yard line of Newberry, moving from left to right. 28-17, the score in favor of Newberry. Jones in the shotgun, kicks Threet in motion, handoff to Blair Young up the middle, towards the 1, and he will be short of the marker. Short of the end zone, and there will be a timeout called by the Braves. Their 3rd and final timeout with 29 seconds remaining in the first half. .29 seconds remaining in the first half. Braves trying to convert as they recovered a fumble by Chance Walker. 2nd turnover of the game. 1st one forced by the Braves. Both ground attacks have been successful for both teams today. The Braves have 29 carries for 117 yards. The Newberry Wolves have 15 carries, 167 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground so far. Play of the quarterbacks, Josh Jones, 7 of 11 for 66 yards, and the 4-yard touchdown pass to Josh Sheridan. Dre Harris, 3 of 5 for 71 yards, and the 32-yard touchdown pass to Deshaun Kitchings. Big, important play call for the Braves. 3rd down and goal from about the 1.5-yard line. 28-17, the score in favor of Newberry. Braves trying to score a touchdown here and make it a 4-point game heading into halftime. Big play call for the Braves offense as Jones will line up under center. Blair Young, the lone setback, Vines the fullback, as well as Fahim Diab in there as well. Jones under center, quarterback keeper, pushing towards the end zone, waiting for the signal. Braves thinks it's a touchdown. The official rules it a touchdown. The 1-yard quarterback sneak to Josh Jones goes in the end zone and is now a 5-point game with 22 seconds remaining in the first half. Braves capitalize on the turnover, and now they will go for 2 to try to make it a 3-point game. Braves line up in the huddle for the 2-point conversion. 28-23 with 22 seconds remaining. Score in favor of the Wolves. Jones in the shotgun gets the snap, floats it towards the end zone, and that is a successful 2-point conversion for the Braves. They cut the Wolves' lead to 3. The pass complete to Sam Vines in the end zone. And it is now a 28-25 game. Score in favor of Newberry, but the Braves have scored 15 unanswered points. "22 seconds remain, 28-25 the score. Braves capitalizing on the turnover as the ball was fumbled by Chance Walker. Braves drove down 6 plays, 50 yards with a minute of clock. So 22 seconds remain. Hunter Braswell will line up for the kick. Back deep to receive will be Chance Walker, as well as Vashawn St. Hill of the Wolves. Braswell with a squib kick up the middle of the field, recovered by Newberry at the 30 to the 35, and tackled at the 35-yard line is Marcus Morgan. 16 seconds remain in the first half. A 3-point lead for Newberry. Score 28-25. Dre Harris will come out and lead his offense back onto the field.
First down and 10.
They have amassed 167 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground so far in the first half. Looks like Dre Harris will line up in the victory formation to take a knee. And he does.
Harris will take a knee.
And that will be halftime. The score, 28-25 in favor of the hometown Wolves, but the Braves have scored 15 unanswered points after the 92-yard kick return touchdown by Chance Walker. We'll be back in about 20 minutes for the second half. You're listening to Braves football on the UNCP Sports Network.
The University of North Carolina.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit.
Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty, cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun Spice Chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time, y'all.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
and of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit.
Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty, cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun Spice Chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time, y'all.
number, please contact Director of Athletics, Mr. Ralph Patterson, for your free tickets.
So the score, 31-25, after the field goal was made by Shea Rogers.
Number 295. That's 295. We will see you.
Apologize for some technical difficulties that are going on. So that's 6:39 remaining here in the first half.
His contact information.
Or excuse me, 6:39 remaining in the third quarter. A field goal made by Newberry extends it to the lead to 31-25. The Braves forced a turnover earlier in the third quarter. We're not able to capitalize on the fumble by Dre Harris. So then the Wolves took over from their own 3-yard line, a 12-play, 85-yard drive that amassed 5 minutes and 16 seconds a clock. It is a field goal that is made, a 29-yard field goal, good for Shea Rogers. And we have a score of 31-25 in favor of the hometown Wolves of Newberry. Rogers out to kick things off. Back to receive for the Braves will be Devin Jones and McKinley Nelson. Stats so far in this game: Dre Harris, 5 of 10 for 92 yards in the air and a touchdown pass. Josh Jones, 7-11 in the air, 66 yards and a touchdown pass. Both ground attacks have been successful for both teams. More in favor of Newberry, 25 carries, 213 yards and 2 touchdowns. Braves, 33 carries for 122 yards and a touchdown. Rogers, a squib kick that bounces at the 20-yard line, recovered by McKinley Nelson, and he's tackled at the 30 for a short return. Return of about 5 yards, so that's where Josh Jones and the Braves offense will set up shop. 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
Return of 10 yards to the 31-yard line. 1st down and 10.
Jones will line up in the shotgun. Josh Sheridan, the lone setback with 2 receivers to the right of Jones on the near side. Marcus McDonald and Quay Threet in the slot. Jones back to pass. Pocket collapses, running around on the near sideline, looking downfield, intended for Quay Threet, but the pass is incomplete. Pass deflected by Krishan Jackson.
2nd down.
2nd down and 10 for the Braves at their own 31 with 6:27 remaining in the third quarter. Jones now lines up under center. Hands the ball off to Josh Sheridan. Bounces off left tackle towards the 40-yard line. Gets close to a 1st down. From the 31 to the 41, good enough to move the chains for a Braves 1st down.
On the tackle, 1st down, UNC Pembroke.
Braves go hurry up here as there's some change in personnel. Sam Vines, the fullback, and Sean Brown check in at wide receiver, as there is trips now to the near side in a bunch formation. Trips to the right of Jones with Vines the lone setback. Handoff, high shotgun snap to Vines up the middle from the 40. Breaks a couple tackles, pushing forward past the 45. Whistle does not blow as he continues to push the pile towards midfield. A good run by Sam Vines up the middle for about an 8-yard gain. 2nd down and about 2 for the Braves as they approach midfield. 5:30 remains in the third quarter. 31-25 Newberry.
The ball carrier.
Ball spotted at the 49-yard line. 5:25 and running in the third quarter. McKinley Nelson checks into the ball game as the Pembroke ground attack continues to churn. Trips now to the right of Josh Jones. Marcus McDonald, Quay Threet in the slot, and Tyshawn Carter lines up on the line of scrimmage. Shotgun snap, hands the ball off to McKinley Nelson, and he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Men in the backfield.
So on 2nd and 2, McKinley Nelson is tackled in the backfield for a loss, back to the 45-yard line. A 4-yard loss on the play brings up 3rd and 6.
Bringing up a big 3rd down. Make some noise for this Wolves defense.
3rd and 6 for the Braves at their own 45. 4:30 and running in the 3rd quarter. 31-25, the score in favor of Newberry. Jones lines up in the shotgun with trips to his right. Vines the lone setback. And it looks like the Wolves are drawn off sides. Free play. Intercepted, but it will not matter as the ball is intercepted by Krishan Jackson. Returns it to the 50, down the near sideline to the 40, down near the 30. But Josh Jones did a good job of drawing the Newberry Wolves off sides. It'll be a 5-yard penalty, and will set up 3rd and 1 towards midfield. Referees discussing the call at midfield.
Offside of the defense. That penalty is declined. Personal foul. Roughing the pass with number 58 on the defense. That penalty is accepted. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
So not only did Josh Jones draw the Newberry defensive line off sides, there is a roughing the passer call. That is the penalty the Braves will accept. So it's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down for the Braves. So it's 1st and 10 for UNC Pembroke at the Newberry 40. As they continue this drive, moving from left to right, 4:08 remains in the 3rd quarter. 31-25 the score in favor of Newberry. Jones lines up in the shotgun with trips to his right. Rayshawn Griffin and Sam Vines will be the running backs in the backfield. And an offset to the right. Jones rolls out toward the right on the near side. Quick pass intended for Trey Dixon, falls incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 with the clock stopping at 3:56 remaining in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 10 from the 40 of Newberry. As Jones awaits the play call from the far sideline. Change of personnel as Fahim Diab and Josh Sheridan check in for the Braves. Trey Dixon remains the lone receiver on the near side. Marcus McDonald the lone receiver on the far side. Jones calls an audible at the line with the play clock at 8. High shotgun snap. Sheridan gets the handoff up the middle. And on 2nd down, he gets towards the 35-yard line of Newberry. It'll be 3rd and 6 on a 4-yard run by Sheridan. 3rd and 6 from the 36. Moving from left to right are the Braves on this drive. Quay Threet checks into the ball game for the Braves. Jalon Nixon will take a rest. A big 3rd down on this drive for the Braves as they're down 6 with 3:25 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Sheridan, the lone setback in the shotgun, is Jones. Gets the handoff off left tackle. Flag on the play, and that blows the play dead. Awaiting the call as referees discuss at midfield. Some argument saying that Newberry had 12 men on the field.
There are 2 fouls on the play. False start on the offense. Illegal substitution. Defense. Those fouls all set. Replay 3rd down.
So it was a false start on the Braves offense, and 12 men were on the field on the defense, so the penalties were offset. 3rd down and 6 still with 3 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Braves down 6. Moving from left to right on the drive. Jones will line up in the shotgun. Trips to the right. Empty backfield. And now moving in the backfield is Sam Vines and Josh Sheridan. Pistol gun formation. Jones gets the handoff. Hands the ball off to Sheridan up the middle. Gets towards the 30. And will be short of the line again. Goes from the 36 down towards the 32. Fourth down for the Braves, and they decide to go for it. Johnny Cox keeps his offense out on the field. Braves are 1 for 1 on fourth down conversions today. This season, the Braves are 6 for 11 on fourth down. Jones in the shotgun with two receivers to his right. Calls an audible at the line of scrimmage. Jones hands the ball off up the middle to McKinley Nelson, gets the first down and more. Gets towards the 26-yard line of Newberry, and that'll move the chains on a big play call by the Braves offense. First and 10 for the Braves. Ball officially spotted at the 27-yard line of Newberry. 2 minutes, 9 seconds remain in the third quarter with the Braves down 6. Continuing this drive as the clock keeps on ticking. Trips now to the right of Josh Jones in an empty set. Kicks his man in motion, Nelson, from left to right. Nelson, the lone setback off the left hip of Jones. Gets the handoff, now fake handoff. And a quarterback keeper on the left side for a short gain by Josh Jones. It'll be a 3-yard run on the play. It'll bring up second down and 7 for the Braves. Ball spotted at the 25-yard line of Newberry. On the far sideline on the left hash. Jones in the shotgun with McKinley Nelson, the lone setback. Vines in motion from right to left. In the pistol gun. Jones hands the ball off to McKinley Nelson, and he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Taken down in the backfield.
A 3-yard loss on the play. It'll be third down and 11 for the Braves. Ball spotted.
Third down and 12. Make some noise for this Wolf defense.
Now officially a 4-yard loss on the carry by Nelson. Third and 12 for the Braves at the Newberry 29. Jones in the shotgun with trips to his right. 30 seconds remain in the third quarter. Jones under pressure, and he's sacked again. Tackled at the 40-yard line is Josh Jones, and the Braves will be forced to punt. That was a big stop by the Newberry Wolves defense. It seemed that the Braves had the momentum.
Loss of 11. Fourth down and long.
An 11-yard loss on the sack as 5 seconds remain in the third quarter.
Isaac Parks on the punt for the Braves. Brentley Allen back to receive.
And they'll let the clock roll down to the fourth and final quarter.
The end of the third period.
The score, the Newberry Wolves 31 and the Braves of UNC Pembroke 25. Will the Braves pull out a victory? The first road victory since 2017 in 13 road games. Tune in after this. You're listening to Braves football on the UNCP Sports Network.
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit.
Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty, cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun Spice Chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time, y'all.
Spirit teams.
Welcome back to Newberry, South Carolina for the fourth and final quarter between the Wolves and the Braves of UNC Pembroke. Dave Nguyen on the call. It'll be fourth down and 10 for the Braves at their own 40-yard line. Fourth down and 23, from their from the Newberry 40-yard line. All right, 4th and 23 from the Newberry 40-yard line for the Braves. Isaac Parks back to punt. Back to return will be Brentley Allen. It is a punt that is high, bouncing towards the 15-yard line. It'll bounce a couple of times, and inside the 5-yard line is where the Braves will down the ball. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Newberry. Have to drive roughly 95 yards downfield if they want to score. They hold a 6-point lead here in the 4th quarter. Comparison so far through 3 quarters. The Newberry rushing attack has been very effective. They have 25 carries, 213 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Chance Walker alone, 14 carries, 133 yards, and a touchdown. Ball spotted at the 6-yard line of Newberry. 1st and 10 from the 6 as they drive from left to right. Harris in the shotgun gets the handoff to Walker, off left tackle, and he'll try to get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 6-yard line.
Adonai Aloma on the tackle.
Adonai Aloma on the stop, so it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Wolves.
Gain of 1 to the 7-yard line.
While it is early in the 4th quarter, this might be a very important defensive series for the Braves as they want to try to force a 3-and-out for Newberry so they can give the ball back to their offense. As the score is a 6-point lead for Newberry, 31-25 with 14 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Harris in the shotgun with 2 running backs in the backfield. Handoff, now fake handoff to Walker, and Harris will run up the middle for maybe a gain of 1. It'll bring up 3rd down, an important 3rd down on this drive for both teams.
Gain of 1, 3rd and 8.
Gain of 1 officially on the play. So now it's 3rd and 8 from the 8 for Newberry as they have their backs in their own end zone. 2 receivers to the right of Harris. Walker, the lone setback. Roll out to the right is Harris. Looking for a man downfield. Pass is caught at the 20-yard line on the near sideline by Bobby Irby.
Gains to the 19-yard line. That'll move the change for Wolves. 1st down.
It's a big 1st down for Newberry as Bobby Irby catches that ball in one-on-one coverage on the near side. Gets the Wolves out of their own end zone, and with 13-17 remaining in the 4th quarter, the Wolves continue the drive from moving from left to right. Harris in the shotgun with 2 receivers to his right and left. Walker remains the lone setback. Walker, who has averaged 6 yards a carry this season, gets the fake handoff. Harris up the middle, breaks a couple men missing. 40, midfield, wrestled at the 45-yard line is Dre Harris on play action.
Tripped up.
He gets tripped up, and now there is an injury on the play. So Harris fakes the handoff to Walker and runs up the gut of the Braves defense, passes midfield, gets to the 47-yard line of the Braves. There will be a stoppage of play, an injury timeout. We'll come back after this. You're listening to the Braves football on the UNCP Sports Network.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
Welcome back to Newberry, South Carolina. An injured timeout. And it looks like the quarterback, Dre Harris, will be all right. He will be stepping to the sidelines for one play. So the Wolves already without starting quarterback Colton Bailey for concussion protocol. It would be looks like a direct snap for Logan Bailey. 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line of the Braves. Quarterback keeper for Bailey, crossing the 45 to the 44. And will bring up 2nd down for the Wolves. 12:30 remains in the 4th quarter. A 6-point lead for the Wolves here in the 4th.
2nd and 7.
And now the 3rd-string quarterback converted receiver Greg Ruff lines up in the shotgun. 2nd and 7 from the UNCP 44. Wolves driving from left to right. Ruff in the shotgun, high shotgun snap, takes the handoff over to Walker off left tackle for a short gain. They're going to bring up 3rd down, a key 3rd down here on this drive. If the Braves will get a stop, hopefully can give the ball back to their offense. Greg Ruff, who was a quarterback in high school, converted wide receiver when he attended Newberry, the 6'1", 195-pound redshirt freshman. He has Walker on his right hip with 2 receivers to his right and left in a bunch formation. Ball spotted at midfield on the 44. Play action. And there will be a sack in the backfield. A sack by Tariq King.
Tariq King on the sack.
A loss on the play, and the punting unit will come on for Newberry. Big sack for Tariq King, his 2nd of the season. And the dangerous Devin Jones will be back to punt, to return the punt.
Rogers on to punt for the Wolves. Quay
Threet will be back to receive the punt. My apologies as Devin Jones was hurt on the play. Threet will recover the ball and return it to the 13-yard line, and that is where the Braves will set up shop. So 1st and 10 for the Braves. Down 6 in the 4th quarter with 10:36 remaining.
This will be a media timeout.
It would be a timeout on the field as the Braves have the ball back. Will be driving inside their own 15-yard line. Down 6. Images of Tusculum last week where they had the ball in the 4th quarter. They had the last series of the game with about 4 minutes left. And they had a chance to tie and or win the game. They came up short in Tusculum. But they have an opportunity to drive down the field, down 6, to tie and take the lead in this game. They have the offense to do it. As we look at the offensive numbers heading into this drive, Josh Jones, 7 of 13 for 66 yards through the air and a touchdown. A 4-yard touchdown pass to Josh Sheridan. D'Angelo Blair-Young leads all ball carriers on the ground for the Braves. 16 carries for 63 yards. The Braves overall, 42 carries, 136 yards on the ground, and a touchdown on the quarterback sneak from Josh Jones. That made this a 28-25 game back at the end of the 1st half. Newberry has amassed more yards than the Braves by 353 to 202. 103 passing yards as opposed to 66. And 250 yards on the ground compared to 136 by the Braves. Not many penalties in this game, 5 total. 3 for Newberry for 21 yards and 2 for the Braves for 24.
First down and 10.
So the Braves will take over. Ball spotted at their own 12-yard line. Braves driving from right to left. Jones in the shotgun, now lines up under center. Handoff to Sheridan up the middle, bounces around to left tackle, and will be tackled for maybe a gain of 1 or 2, and it'll be second down. Ball spotted at the 13-yard line, so a 1-yard gain by Sheridan. Second down and 8 on the carry. 2-yard carry by Josh Sheridan. 10:08 remains in the fourth quarter. Braves down 6. And the shotgun now is Josh Jones with trips to his right. Jones will roll out to his right. Can't find a man, avoids some pressure, now is sacked in the backfield.
By Josh Edwards.
Josh Edwards with the sack. And a defense of Newberry that came into this game with 12 sacks on the year. It is now 3rd and long.
Make some noise for this
Ball spotted at the 4-yard line of the Braves. 3rd and 18 with 9:30 remaining in the fourth quarter. Braves down 6. Lining up in the shotgun is Josh Jones with 2 receivers to his right and left, as Jones and Josh Sheridan will line up in the end zone. Jones back to pass, has to avoid the rush, airs it out downfield for Sean Brown. It is caught, and a penalty on the play. Sean Brown with a basket catch. Catches the ball at the 45-yard line. Most likely a pass interference on the play as Josh Jones airs it out to Brown. And that will continue this drive for the Braves. Big-time players are making big-time plays right here on this drive by the UNC Pembroke offense.
That's interference, number 34 on the defense. That penalty's declined. That results in a first down.
Sean Brown with his first catch of the day, and couldn't have come at a better time. From the 4 to the 41. A gain of a 37-yard reception. Trips now to the left. Braves line up on their own 41 with 8:15 running in the fourth quarter. Sheridan remains the lone setback off the right hip of Jones. Bobbled snap. Jones gets it back, throws it on the far sideline at midfield, and it is a complete pass to Tyshawn Carter.
To Tyshawn Carter.
It'll bring up second down and about 1 for the Braves at midfield as they continue to drive from right to left. Change of personnel as McKinley Nelson checks into the game for Josh Sheridan. 2 receivers to the left of Josh Jones and 2 to the right. Tyshawn Carter, the lone one of the receivers on the near side. Brown in the slot on the near side. Handoff to Nelson up the middle. Passes midfield for a first down and more. Tackled by a pack of Wolves at the 46-yard line. Will be 1st and 10 for the Braves on a 4-yard run by Nelson. Braves continue a hurry-up offense in the shotgun with Nelson remaining the lone setback. Threet and Carter, the 2 receivers on the near side to the left of Jones. McDonald and Brown on the far side. McDonald now goes in motion from right to left. Jones 3-step drop, trying to avoid pressure, but he's sacked again in the backfield. Ty Kelly with a sack. His 8th sack of the season, and it brings up second and long. A 9-yard loss on the sack. Second down and 19 for the Braves, now on their own 45. 7:15 remains in the fourth quarter. 31-25 the score in favor of the hometown Wolves. Marcus McDonald now lines up as the lone receiver on the near side to the left of Jones. 2 receivers on the far side with Nelson the lone setback. Quick pass and a screen pass is incomplete, intended for Marcus McDonald.
Pass is tipped, incomplete.
It'll be now 3rd down and 19 for the Braves on their own 45.
Make some noise for this Wolves defense.
The last time the Braves faced a 3rd and long, Sean Brown came up with a or a 37-yard reception. 6:56 remains in the fourth quarter. 31-25 the score in favor of Newberry. Sheridan, the lone setback to the left hip of Jones in the shotgun. Jones, high shotgun snap, three-step drop, pocket collapses, finds a man downfield, and it's complete. First down for Marcus McDonald. Catches it at the 35-yard line of Newberry. That continues another clutch play on 3rd and long by the Braves offense. 6:45 and running in the fourth quarter. 31-25 the score in favor of Newberry. Jones in the shotgun with trips to his right. Sheridan, the lone setback off of Jones' left hip. Jones, waist-high shotgun snap, three-step drop, clean pocket, airs it out down the far sideline. Incomplete pass intended for Quay Threet, but there is a penalty on the play. Flag located in the secondary, and we'll see what this is.
Holding, number 15 on the defense against an eligible receiver.
Defensive holding on Newberry. It'll bring up an automatic first down for the Braves as they continue to move the chains. 6:24 remains in the fourth quarter. Braves down 6.
First down at 10, UNC Pembroke. Ball is at the Newberry
10-yard penalty on the
line.
play. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Braves, moving from right to left on the Newberry 25. 1st and 10 for the Braves on the Newberry 25 on the near hash. Shotgun snap to Jones. Rolls out towards the right on the far sideline. Continues to roll out and finds Quay Threet in the middle of the field.
Jones's pass is complete.
He completes it, and Threet down at the 15-yard line. Good enough for a 10-yard reception and moves the chains for the Braves.
To the 15-yard line. First down, UNC Pembroke.
Jones now lines up in the shotgun once more with Sheridan, the lone setback. 2 receivers to his right and left with 5:50 remaining in the fourth. Jones back to pass. Swing pass out to Sheridan on the near side. Makes a couple men miss and tackled at the 10-yard line on the near side. 5-yard reception to Josh Sheridan on 1st and 10 from the 15. It's now 2nd and 5 from the 10. 5:40. Late flag on the play. Holding on the Braves offensive line. That'll push him back. So that'll negate the 5-yard reception by Josh Sheridan. So now it'll be 1st and 20 at the 25-yard line
The ball back on the 25-yard line.
for the Braves. Sheridan checks out. Nelson checks in. Fahim Diab also checks in. 5:35 and running in the fourth. Braves down 6. Moving from right to left from the Newberry 25. 1st and 20. Ball lined up on the right hash. Jones, 3-step drop in the shotgun. Pocket collapses, avoids the rush, airs it out towards the end zone. Incomplete pass. Intended for Tyshawn Carter.
Incomplete. 2nd down.
2nd down and 20 from the Newberry 25-yard line with 5:19 remaining in the fourth quarter. Braves down 6. They need a touchdown to tie things up. Braves have come up clutch on 3rd and longs both times. A 37-yard reception by Sean Brown to get the ball from the Braves' own 4 to the 41. And then another reception by Marcus McDonald to keep this drive alive in Newberry territory. 2nd and 20 for Josh Jones in the shotgun with trips to his left. 3-step drop, pocket collapses. Screen pass out to McKinley Nelson works. 15, 10, 5, touchdown McKinley Nelson.
Josh Jones's pass is complete to McKinley Nelson.
And the Braves have tied this game up with 5 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. A play that was a little scary because the defensive line was right in the face of Josh Jones, but the screen pass works, and McKinley Nelson found reservations for 6. Hunter Braswell back to kick for the point after touchdown. Ball spotted, kick is away, and the kick is tipped, and it's no good.
Braswell's kick is no good.
But with 5 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, we have a tie ball game at 31.
And we're tied at 31.
We'll be back after this commercial break. You're listening to Braves football on the UNCP Sports Network.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Welcome back to Newberry, South Carolina, where the Braves and Wolves are tied at 31 with 5 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. An 11-play, 88-yard scoring drive, a 25-yard touchdown pass from Josh Jones to McKinley Nelson ties this game up at 31. The point after touchdown was blocked by Newberry. And here's Hunter Braswell from the 35, a kick that is received at the 15-yard line by St. John. And he's tackled at the 31-yard line as St. Hill, on the return. And that is where the Wolves will set up 1st and 10 from their own 31. 5:03 remains in the fourth quarter.
Return us to the 31-yard line, first down.
If the Braves need a defensive stop, it would be right now, as they want to get the ball back to their offense. The third-string quarterback and Greg Ruff remains on the field. Dre Harris, the second-string quarterback, started this game as Colton Bailey could not play due to a concussion. As there's a quarterback run on the near sideline, tackle for loss by a host of Braves, led by Jordan Howard. Tackled out of bounds near the 30 for a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd and 11 with 4:49 and running in the fourth quarter. Dre Harris left the game early in the fourth quarter with an apparent injury and has not returned since.
And 10.
So Greg Ruff, the converted receiver who played quarterback in high school, lines up in the shotgun with Chance Walker, the lone setback, to his left. 2nd and 10 from the 31. And now there is a timeout by Newberry. So what appeared to be a tackle for loss was not. It was a no gain on the play on the quarterback keeper by Greg Ruff, who hasn't played quarterback since high school. He's a redshirt freshman. Hasn't played quarterback in 2 years. The 5'9" junior, from Rock Hill, North Carolina. Second down and 10 for Newberry when the timeout is over. 4:21 remaining in the fourth and final quarter. Braves put together an 88-yard scoring drive to tie things up at 31 on the 25-yard touchdown pass on the screen from Josh Jones to McKinley Nelson. The extra point was blocked by the front line of the Newberry defense, and that is where we stand.
Second down and 10.
The Braves on defense this year have allowed 79 points in the fourth quarter. The Wolves have scored 44 points in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 10. Ruff back to pass, airing it out downfield for Kitchings. And it is an incomplete pass. Devin Jones on the coverage, one-on-one with Deshaun Kitchings. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 10 from the 31-yard line of Newberry. 4:13 remains on the clock, and it stops on the incomplete pass. A big 3rd down for the Braves defense. We'll wait and see what defensive coordinator Tim Driscoll will dial up. 4:13 remains in the 4th quarter. Tie game at 31. Ruff with an empty set in the shotgun. Kicks Walker in motion from right to left. Fake handoff. Back to pass now. It's a swing pass out to Walker on the near side. To the 30. Tackle out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Short of the line of gain. And it'll be 4th down for Newberry. And it appears that the punting unit will come onto the field for the Wolves. A 5-yard reception by Walker, and the Braves defense does their job. 3 and out they force. Devin Jones out to return the punt, and there's a timeout called by UNC Pembroke as they were trying to figure out which personnel should be out there for the punt return team. 3:44 remains in the 4th quarter. Tie game at 31. And the Braves in a situation that they were in last week against Tusculum. They had the final offensive possession. Were in striking distance to tie and or come home with a victory. They find themselves in a similar situation right now. 3:44 remains in the 4th quarter. Let's go through our stats real quick as we await the timeout from UNC Pembroke. Josh Jones, 12 of 20 through the air with 167 yards and 2 touchdown passes. The Braves, as a team, they have 46 carries on the ground for 123 yards and a touchdown. Receiving-wise, it has been very, very even. Tyshawn Carter leads the receivers with 3 receptions for 33 yards, but 2 completions to Quay Threet and Josh Sheridan. 1 reception to Sean Brown, that key 37-yard catch that allowed the Braves to go from their own 4 to the 41-yard line on their touchdown drive previously. Fahim Diab with a 20-yard reception. Marcus McDonald kept a drive alive on 3rd down and 20 with a 20-yard reception to allow McKinley Nelson to score a 25-yard touchdown to tie this game up at 31. Devin Jones back to receive this punt. The dangerous Devin Jones will await a punt from Shea Rogers. Rogers with a high kick. Jones bounces and waves a fair catch, caught at his own 18-yard line. With 3:36 remaining in the ball game, the Braves offense will come out on the field. Tie game at 31.
The Braves will begin their drive, 1st down and 10.
If you're a Braves fan, this is the spot you want to be in. Your 4-minute offense is on the field, looking to put points on the board and hopefully come home victorious. Josh Jones will line up in the shotgun with 2 receivers to his right. And Tyshawn Carter to the left as the lone receiver to the near side. Roll out to the right is Josh Jones. He finds his pass, and that will be complete towards the 20-yard line. Sean Brown, on the reception. We'll bring it from the 13 to the 18.
2nd down and 5 at the 18-yard line.
5-yard reception on the play. 2nd down and 5 with 3 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Tie game at 31. Josh Jones lines up in the shotgun as the ball is spotted on the right hash. Jones calls an audible at the line. Sheridan the lone setback with trips to the left of Jones. Sheridan gets the handoff up the middle. Finds the seam to the 30. Getting towards the 35-yard line, a big run by Josh Sheridan moves the chains for the Braves offense with 2:50 remaining in the 4th quarter. Clock continues to run. 2:49 and running, tie game at 31. Braves with the ball spotted on the right hash. 1st and 10 at their own 33. Jones in the shotgun with trips to his left. Sheridan the lone setback. Jones back to pass. 3-step drop. Here's the pressure. And it is an incomplete pass to Tyshawn Carter and almost intercepted. Anthony Blue on the coverage. The ball was tipped up in the hands of Tyshawn Carter and almost fell into the arms of Blue. Luckily, the ball hit the turf. Second down and 10 for the Braves on their own 33 with 2:30 remaining in the fourth. Jones in the shotgun. Two receivers to his right and left. Ball lined up on the far hash on the right side. Braves driving from right to left. Jones, low shotgun snap. Three-step drop, pocket collapses. Swing pass out in front of him, and it's complete to McKinley Nelson towards the 40-yard line. It'll be about 3rd down and 6 for the Braves.
3rd down. Make some noise for this Wolves defense.
Braves looking to move the chains. An important 3rd down on this drive. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter with a tie game at 31. Jones in the shotgun with trips to his left. A bunch formation with McKinley Nelson, the lone setback. Jones claps his hands. Low shotgun snap. Pocket collapses. Looks downfield, finds Quay Threet towards the marker. Looks like he's going to be a yard short. Threet crosses the 40, gets the ball towards the 42-yard line. 4th down and now marked 1 on a 5-yard reception by Quay Threet. 90 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Jones and the Braves offense remain on the field. 1:18 and running. 4th and 1 from the Braves 42. Play clock at 8. And it looks like the Braves will want to call a timeout and talk things over. 1:03 is where the clock stands. Tie game at 31. Braves driving an important 4th down and 1. Josh Jones so far in this game, 15 of 24, 181 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also has a touchdown run. Braves have 47 carries for 138 yards on the ground as a team. As far as receptions, 15 receptions total, 3 by Tyshawn Carter, 3 by Quay Threet, 2 by Sean Brown, 2 by McKinley Nelson, and 2 by Josh Sheridan, the running back. In total yards comparison, in favor of Newberry, 358 to 319. Passing yards in favor of the Braves, 181 to 108. Rushing yards in favor of Newberry, 250 to 138. Only 7 penalties called in this game so far. 4 for Newberry, 3 for the Braves. The Braves are 2 for 2 on 4th down in this game. Can they make it 3 for 3? As the punting unit will line up on the field for the Braves. Isaac Parks back to get the punt. And he boots it high. Deep towards the 20-yard line. And now it'll be down towards the 5-yard line. A great punt by Isaac Parks. So with 51 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, a tie game at 31. And we'll see which quarterback will come out on the field.
1st down for Newberry.
For Newberry. We have not seen Dre Harris since the beginning of the fourth quarter. He went out with an apparent injury. And the 3rd-string quarterback, Greg Ruff, came out on the field. And it looks like Greg Ruff will remain the quarterback for the Wolves as they line up 1st and 10 from their own 6. Driving from left to right. 51 seconds remain in the fourth quarter. Tie game at 31. And it looks like Ruff will line up in the victory formation to take a knee, and he does.
Ball is down.
So to bring up 2nd down. So it looks like Newberry would want to force overtime. And the Braves have not played in overtime this year. So we'll have some extra football. as the clock ticks down to 25, 24. Play clock at 22. So Newberry will run one more quarterback knee, and we will have some extra football here in Newberry, South Carolina. Clock now at 5, 4, 3, and there will be a timeout called by Shane Richardson, and the Braves coaching staff will want to talk things over.
Their third and final timeouts in the second half.
So it is third down and long for the Wolves. They have taken 2 consecutive quarterback knees. The ball is spotted at the Newberry 3-yard line. That is the last timeout the Braves have used. So now it will be an interesting decision to see what Newberry will do. 4 seconds remain in the fourth quarter. Hold on to your seatbelts. We think we're going to go to extra football, but it is college football and crazy things have happened before. Interesting game. At one point, it was 28-10 Newberry after Chance Walker returned it 95 yards, a kick return touchdown back in the second quarter. Since then, the Braves were able to score 15 unanswered points and make it a 3-point deficit at halftime. As far as the second half goes, the Wolves have only scored 3 points, so unless something would happen, it would be back-to-back second halves for the Braves defense that they have allowed only 3 points in the second half. Lining up in the victory formation once more is Newberry, and that is what they will do. Clock ticks down to 0. We head to overtime for the first time in 2019.
We'll head to overtime.
To refresh people's memories for overtime college football rules, each team will be given a timeout. Ball will be spotted at the 25-yard line, a chance for a couple first downs, and it's basically the best of. So if you're the Braves, if you win the coin toss, you would want to defer, putting more pressure on Newberry, and then you have to try to counter what their offense did before. Now, I believe if the game goes to a fourth overtime, if a team were to score a touchdown, you have to automatically go for a 2-point conversion. One of the longest overtime football games we've seen in college football was between the Tar Heels of North Carolina and the Hokies of Virginia Tech. They went to, I believe it was 7 overtimes, and there's a rule after, I think, 6 overtimes, you have to just go for straight-up 2-point conversions. First time the Braves have played in overtime football this year in 2019, as the captains will go out to midfield for another coin toss. Game is tied at 31. A 25-yard touchdown pass on a screen pass from Josh Jones to McKinley Nelson tied this up at 31. The extra point was blocked as there was some penetration from the Newberry defensive line on the point after touchdown back in the fourth quarter. So Josh Jones, Josh Sheridan, and Dominique Davis out at midfield for the coin toss.
Congratulations on a well-played game. Overtime will have 1 coin toss. The winner of the coin toss will choose offense, defense, or into the field. The other team will have the other option. Your home team that's ahead, tails, Pembroke, tails, heads. Call it before I flip it. Tails was called. It's a head. Newberry won the game.
So Newberry has won the toss.
It's into the field.
So Newberry has won the toss, and they have elected to defer. So the Braves will start out on offense first in overtime.
Braves will be on offense first.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Braves on the 25-yard line. So the Braves, if you're on offense right now, you want to score a touchdown, and then when you go on defense, you want to hold Newberry. First things first, you got to put some points on the board. Tie game at 31. First time we're playing overtime football for UNC Pembroke in 2019. Ball will be spotted on the left hash at the 25-yard line as the Braves will be moving from left to right. First and 10 for Josh Jones and the Braves offense. Sheridan lines up as the lone setback, and the shotgun is Jones with two receivers to his right. Now an offset on the left side. Handoff to Josh Sheridan off left tackle, and he will be bouncing around close to a first down as he gets near the 15-yard line. We'll wait on the official spot, but it's at least a 9-yard gain by Josh Sheridan. It'll bring up second down and short. Ball marked at the 16-yard line, so it's second down and 1 for the Braves in the first possession in the first overtime. Tie game at 31, second down and 1 for the Braves at the 16. Jones will line up in the shotgun once more. Two receivers to his right. Sheridan gets the handoff up the middle. He's got enough for the first down and more.
First down, UNC Pembroke.
Sheridan goes from the 16 to about the 14. And it'll bring up first and 10 for the Braves. Now ball officially spotted at the 13-yard line. On the left hash, the Braves continue to move from left to right. Jones now lines up under center with Nelson, the lone setback. Handoff to Nelson, off left tackle, bounces around the left end. Going towards the 10-yard line on the far sideline is McKinley Nelson for a 3-yard gain. It'll bring up second down and 7 from the 10-yard line for the Braves. The first possession of overtime. Newberry won the toss and elected to go on defense. So the Braves, in their first possession on offense in overtime, it is second and 7 and a tie game at 31. McKinley Nelson remains the lone setback, trips to the right of Jones as he lines up under center. Jones gets the snap, fake handoff, play action, rolls out to the right, finds Fahim Diab, but he's tackled immediately around the line of scrimmage.
Jones's pass is complete.
It'll be a short gain on the play, maybe a gain of 2 at the most. So it'll be third down and 5 from the 8-yard line for the Braves.
For this Wolves defense.
Big third down in the first overtime in the first offensive possession for the Braves. Jones lines up in the shotgun with two receivers to his right and left. Handoff to Nelson up the middle. No play action. Pass towards the end zone, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. Broken up by
Pass intended for Marcus McDonald, and the pass is incomplete. Now big decision for the Braves offense. And it looks like the field goal unit will trot out on the field. Tie game at 31. And it looked like on the play action that McKinley Nelson had a hole up the middle. Instead, Jones pulled the ball back out and threw into the end zone. Pass, unfortunately, was incomplete. Anthony Blue broke up the intended pass to Marcus McDonald in the end zone. Hunter Braswell for the field goal. Ball spotted. Kick is away, and the kick is good. A 20-yard field goal made by Hunter Braswell. And the Braves now hold a 3-point lead, 34-31 in the first overtime. Braves defense will now trot out on the field. And what they need to do is they need to stop Newberry. Newberry, who came in with their backup quarterback, Dre Harris, as Colton Bailey unfortunately suffered a concussion against Carson Newman last week. Harris was injured early in the fourth quarter. We have not seen him since. The third-string quarterback, Greg Ruff, converted receiver, played quarterback in high school, has played the remaining of the fourth quarter. And Greg Ruff, in this game so far, the third-string quarterback is 1 for 2 through the air with a 5-yard reception to Chance Walker. Ruff will line up in the shotgun with 2 running backs in the backfield, 1 on either side. High shotgun snap. Reverse, double reverse. Talik Johnson down the near sideline towards the 20.
Talik Johnson on the reverse.
And it's about a 6-yard run as Newberry pulls some trickery out of their back pocket.
Gain of 7.
A 7-yard run on the double reverse. It'll bring up 2nd down and 3 from the 18.
2nd and 3.
Ball lined up on the right hash on the near side. As the Wolves are driving from left to right. In the shotgun is Ruff. Walker, the lone setback off his right hip. Reverse, out to Bobby Irving down the near sideline. He's tackled
on the rush
for a short gain on the play.
Gain is to the 15-yard line.
It is good enough for a 1st down. 3-yard run on the reverse to Bobby Irving. And it's 1st and 10 for Newberry at the 15-yard line. Overtime number 1, 34-31, Braves hold the lead. The defense looking for a stop. Ruff in the shotgun. Walker, the lone setback off his left hip. High shotgun snap. Airing it towards the end zone. It is a touchdown pass caught by Bryson Woodruff, and the game is over. A 37-34 win for Newberry in overtime. As Greg Ruff completes his 2nd pass of the game, his 3rd pass of the game, and it results in a touchdown pass in overtime. Final score from Newberry, South Carolina. A very hard-fought effort by both teams. And unfortunately, the Braves fall by a score of 37-34. Final stats. Josh Jones, 16 of 26 through the air with 184 yards and 2 touchdowns. On the ground, 50 carries by the Braves ground attack for 153 yards and a touchdown. Josh Sheridan, 15 carries, 90 yards. D'Angelo Blair Young, 16 carries, 63 yards. Tyshawn Carter and Quay Threet each had 3 receptions. Carter, 3 receptions for 33 yards. Threet, 3 receptions for 23 yards. Josh Jones, 2 touchdown passes in the air, 1 to McKinley Nelson, 1 to Josh Sheridan, and had a quarterback sneak on the ground. The Braves unfortunately fall to 3-6 as they head to Lenore Ryan next week. Thank you everyone for tuning in to this week's edition of Braves Football. For the entire staff and crew, I'm Dave Nguyen, signing off once again. Final score from Newberry, South Carolina. It's the Wolves of Newberry 37 and the Braves of UNC Pembroke 34 in overtime. Everyone have a great day and go Braves.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.